Hi, hello, welcome back to another Onkruid video, welcome back to another unedited Soulstone Survivors video. We will be playing with the Sentinel today, character we have been playing with for a while already because he has been out for a while already. However, his prestige level is only at 18, so we still have a ways to go. Frozen Wastelands, Curse level 7, the same build in terms of runes as we always go, and what we're just aiming for, as always again, is applying a whole bunch of negative effects. For which I think the Sentinel is quite okay actually. I think his starting ability and his range of abilities that he can receive throughout the run is actually quite fitting for an approach like the one we always use. I can't deny that seeing these circles on the ground from the holiday event is giving me small PTSD feelings, just like a little tad bit of PTSD in there from when I was in my rough phase in this game and I was really not achieving any victory at all in any run. Poisonous right from the start, that's gonna help us out a ton. Let's make sure that we don't get caught in the mix of this fella that's been chasing us for the last couple of runs, because his attack is of course lethal. I would like to get one more level up before the 1 minute mark when all the elites are here. Please, pretty please. There we go. What are we going for? I think we will go for Frostbolt for now because that will help us kite a bit. And in general, as you all know, we are going for a build that applies every negative effect in the game at every single second, with potentially a little frontal physical action in there, but it's also possible that we go for bombs. It's also possible that we go for other abilities, really. I guess this guy is probably also going to be able to use Flurry, and we know that Flurry is definitely a must-have ability in any build. Any build we're going with this. And here we go. Increase the damage kills for all missiles, so I guess that kind of sets the tone a little bit, huh? Damage increase for all frontal abilities. I think we're in the money. This has potential. Avalanche is frontal? Sure, come on, give it another shot. We've tried it only once. We love to throw some slow balls around. So movement speed is always handy to roam around the map a little bit faster. Fateful Strikes. Got only one of those upgrades in the last run, whereas normally we get it so often that it turns to 100% chance immediately. Nothing frontal here. Lightning Bolt is something we of course always like. Poisonous, that chance is 30%, right? So yeah, one more of those and we should be a-okay. Two more if we really want to be completely okay. Bloodlust, you can't say no to some Bloodlust. And we have, pardon me, the keys to the kingdom here already, right? Or I think so at least. Oh yeah, oh man, it's all coming together. It's all coming up Millhouse. That reminds me of when we... Shrapnel Bomb, is that frontal? It is frontal, I think I'll use it for now. When we were at New Year's at my buddy Krogrin's house, who you all know from the Across the Obelisk series, from the GTA Online series, from the Risk of Rain 2 series. He has been a returning guest on this channel. We celebrated New Year's at his house, like we almost always do. And we played Jackbox TV games on his television with his Switch. A lot of fun. If you don't know about them, they are like party games where everybody uses their phone as a controller. So everybody can play together, which is a whole lot of fun. And one of the games we did was where like one person has to be a sussy little imposter. Everybody gets a task on their phone of like point at the person who is most, or stick the amount of fingers in the air that you have watched seasons of The Walking Dead, for example. Or, oh, there goes our revive because we were not careful enough. Split shot sounds interesting, never heard that before. Goodbye Shrapnel Bomb. Or goodbye Avalanche. Goodbye Avalanche. A first revive fault because we were not careful. We deserved that. And one of those tasks was... What was I talking about? I was talking about when I was the intruder. Oh yeah. And one of the tasks was... Have you quoted The Simpsons in the past week? And I put up my hand. I was not the imposter that time, so I actually knew what the task was, because only the imposter doesn't know what the task at hand actually is. And I put up my hand and everybody was looking at me like, that's weird. I'm doubtful that you have quoted The Simpsons in the last week. Clearly these people are uncultured and they know what kind of they don't know what kind of a standard of entertainment I hold myself to, because of course The Simpsons, Matt Groening's little creation right there, is the bomb. All jokes aside, I regularly, very regularly quote The Simpsons while recording for YouTube, because for some reason the expression "everything is coming up Millhouse" has really been cemented into my brain. It lives there rent-free up in my cranium, and I will never be able to get it out, I'm afraid. So that's why you will hear me say it quite often, actually. Like, everything is coming up Millhouse, and it basically means that everything is going your way. Everything is happening exactly as you would love it to happen. Another Fateful Strikes, that will be the 5th one. So now 100% of our attacks will actually apply Doom, which is definitely very handy for us. We are missing some damage still for now. That's for sure. I'm not gonna deny that, but we already have a strong basis to build upon, and that is definitely gonna help. Multicast for all our frontal abilities. There's a lot of poison here on the ground though. Our second revive has almost been popped actually already, so maybe we should start playing a little bit more careful again. Let's try and get rid of some of these towers instead of focusing purely on the lords for a second. I think I want to get rid of my shrapnel bomb, replace it with something frontal missile if it's possible. Nothing for now. Frequency of the blue variety for our Bloodlust is coming in very handy. Because Bloodlust is of course an ability that helps whatever type of build you are going. Bloodlust is always welcome. And you know what's also always welcome? You guys. You're always welcome to watch my videos. I'm really hopeful that everybody will keep on watching them in 2023. New year has just begun. This year, a nice goal is, I think, getting the channel to 500 subscribers. I know we're far away from that, but I think it's possible if I keep on mixing up the channel content all the time, if I keep on trying to promote my videos when I bring them out a little bit, and growth is of course also exponential on social media. One day you will tell your friend, and he will tell his friend, and he will tell 3 of his friends, and all of a sudden the increases start happening quicker and quicker. That's of course what we're looking for. I should have replaced my shrapnel bomb there. I can reroll. Yeah, no, I definitely should have replaced my shrapnel bomb there. A bit of a misplay, but we will be fine, I think. If these lords could now just go ahead and die real quickly, that would come in real handy. That's definitely the final poison upgrade we have to take. We might even... No, we have 3. We could take 1 more, really, so that we are absolutely sure that every single attack applies poison. But now it's already at 90%, so that's quite okay. What was I replacing? Shrapnel bomb. There we go. Might replace the skill we just got again in the future with another more missile-focused ability. Or is this a missile? It is a missile. Alright, we're fine. Come on then, poison bearer. Bear your poison straight into the grave, my man. There we go. Beautiful stuff. Let's go for the 100% upgrade now that we're at it, right? So now every single hit we apply applies poison, and that always has a chance to apply doom as well. Additionally, every single hit we apply also just already applies doom from its own. So we have a potent build right here. How has your guys' day been? Me, it was okay. Had 2 hours of work today, which is not a lot, but of course as a clinical psychologist sometimes even 2 hours can be kind of intense, because you need to invest a lot of energy into the conversations you're having. 2 intake conversations. They were some interesting stories. Looking forward to starting up a trajectory with the first client, because the second client I'm also looking forward to starting up a little thing with her, a series of sessions. But she is not certain whether she wants to do it with me yet. And I of course have to give her some time to think about it. I can't force anybody to come into therapy with me. But it was an interesting conversation and an interesting theme to talk about together. Like your therapeutic relationship and whether the client feels the spark between you two. Whether she feels welcomed and she feels like she will be helped in your presence. And in this case, the client was like, you know, I'm just going to be completely honest. I don't necessarily know if I feel it. And I didn't get offended or anything, because I appreciated her honesty. That's for sure. I really appreciated that quite a lot. I did ask her like, oh, all right, so what is it about me as a person or my way of doing therapy that you don't like, that you can't appreciate, that you don't approve of? And she was like, yeah, you know, I don't really know. It's just, it's not there. And then I was like, all right, well, since you just asked me to give your information to a colleague in the hope to start up there, what are you looking for from your mental health professional that is guiding you throughout this therapy process? And she was like, you know, I don't know. And that was a bit of a red flag for me. That was like, first of all, if you don't know what you want, how can you already be here? Don't you normally think about what you want from a mental health professional and only then make an appointment? Don't you feel like, oh, this is a problem in my life, for example, I really want to tackle right now, but I don't want to do it alone. And then you go to a therapist and you feel like, I want somebody that really talks to me, a lot. Or maybe you want somebody that doesn't talk too much, but gives you practical assignments that you clearly know what to do. Two possibilities. But yeah, this girl just didn't know what she wanted. And then again, she did know that I couldn't provide it. There's some weird vibes surrounding that, right? I don't know what I want from therapy. I don't know what was wrong with you, but I know that something was wrong. There's some vital steps missing in that process of reasoning. Something we might be able to figure out if she does come back in the future, if she does decide to give me a chance, give me an opportunity. Second revive is almost popped. We're at very low health, but at least we're doing enough damage right now to actually get rid of the lords if we get close enough to them to actually hit them. Just like this. Make sure that we move out of the way of this guy's spinning attack as soon as possible. We need to really get closer to apply actual hits, which might mean that we get our revive pop. Oh, healing crystal. Yes, please. Awesome. And then the other client was way more straightforward, and she seemed to feel, oh shit, the connection. She seemed to be able to connect to me. Jesus Christ, we're almost dead. And she wants to start up with me, start up a little series of sessions together, where we will practice behavioral activation therapy because she was struggling with depressive symptoms. And she specifically mentioned how activities in her life that normally give her pleasure don't give her pleasure anymore. That was really like a process marker is what it's called in client-centered therapy, which is kind of a marker your client delivers to signal that a certain type of therapy or a certain technique is necessary here. And for me, that was a process marker to really focus on behavioral activation. So that's exactly what we're gonna do. If you don't know what that is, I have a video on it on my channel. It might be a little hard to find because there's a lot of videos on the topic and my channel is not necessarily the most well-known one, so it's not at the top when you look it up, but still, it's there. These fucking elites are always such a pain in my ass. Move, move, move. There we go. I'm looking around for healing crystals to spawn because we could really use some more health, I think. Here we go. Very helpful. Nice timing also, really. So yeah, 2 intakes. Made some money. Which is very helpful. Very helpful to pay rent, to pay for food, to pay for life. Because life has gotten more expensive. Life keeps getting more expensive, really. Sadly enough. What else does this day have in store for me? Thank you for asking, that's very kind. Record some videos, edit some videos. I still have like a WoW video or two to enter and some Noital to edit as well. And also read a book, or at least a part of a book. I've read some of my book that I'm doing a YouTube series on today, earlier this morning, but I also want to read in the John Green book that I am reading, the fiction book that is a bit more focused on chilling, relaxing, and less on improving myself as a clinical psychologist, and therefore kind of related to work, you know. Reading a John Green book, a fiction book, is like actual relaxation. So that's pretty much what the day has in store for me. Probably also play a league game or two with my buddy and my nephew, which is the same person, but I never know how to address that fella. Do we want high damage powerful strikes or a bit lower cast frequency? I think a bit lower cast frequency is still better for us because we are of course focusing on applying a whole bunch of negative effects, so attacking faster is better than doing a little bit more damage because the raw damage is not what our build is focused upon. That's at least my reasoning. If you disagree with that, please comment so that I can ignore that comment and just go on with my life. That's not true. I read every single comment on my video because there are like 2 comments on like the 10 videos I upload. if that makes any sense. Everything is going down. I did notice that there was a paladin attack in there, and that's something we don't like over here on the Onkruid channel, so we need to be very, very careful actually. We just need to get closer into this boss's range really, because most of our abilities are not reaching them, I feel like. There we go, that's a bit better. Some of them are already almost dead. Is there still a boss that needs to spawn for this wave, or did all of them spawn already? We will find out in 1 second, I think. I think all of them spawned. Yeah, they definitely did. Alright. The final wave of bosses is already almost coming up though, so we can't loiter too long. We need to press through and show our belligerence. Little word I picked up from rereading Lord of the Flies. It means that you are like enthusiastically ready for battle. Your belligerence. Fucking paladin is still in there. Or maybe it's a new one already. Either way, it provides an ability that is hard to dodge. 3 lords remaining and then just 4 more. And I think we will be a-okay, to be honest. Magnetic is maybe a little late, but it was the best rarity in the upgrade selection screen right there. That's why I went for it still. And who knows, maybe it helps us get like 1 or 2 extra levels that we would normally not have received. And it can definitely make the difference if it's the right upgrades you get. Get rid of some of these towers surrounding us on the map, while in the meantime dodging all the laser beams that the lords are sending out. There we go. Now let's move in for a second. Make sure that these elites don't ransack us. You have to steer clear of those beams. Lethality, sure. A little critical damage never hurt nobody, really. Alright. Get rid of this tower while moving along quickly enough to dodge everything that the enemy throws at us. Final lords are on our doorstep. They're almost here now. Be careful for a second. That's fine, that's fine. Careful now. Stay close enough to deal some nice damage, but also be careful. Profitless, almost done. Took a hit there. 1 boss down. Next bosses are here. And one of them hasn't spawned yet. Alright, we got this. Just take it calm. Get this healing crystal. Take your time. Nice and easy. We have all the time in the world. Or well, until my... Until my... solid state disk, my hard drive actually fills up, because my computer has really been filling up to the brim lately, especially now that I'm getting into like this music production journey as well. It takes up a lot of space, and sometimes also space on my C drive, my main disk, because I need the programs to run smoothly, to actually be able to have an enjoyable experience while creating music. For now it has just been memes, it's just been fun. I created a underground 8-bit Nintendo mole people mess hall. They have to wait too long for their food and are therefore smashing the table with their knives and forks techno track. I say track, but it was only like 16 seconds long because I worked in the format of like only creating 4 bars. Or maybe 8, maybe 16, I'm not sure. Either way, I'm just discovering everything the programs have to offer still. And I'm letting my creativity do all the work. I'm watching a lot of tutorials. It's fun. It's a fun little journey rather. And I think it's something that really, really fits me as a person. And who knows, maybe if I get proficient enough at it and I actually become like kind of a little bit of a beat maker, maybe I learn how to do that. I can make some YouTube content out of it as well. Maybe even enter into a little beat battle if it really comes to that. Kenny Beats, I'm coming for you. No, all in all, it's still just very much a learning experience for me, but creating music is something that has been on my mind for like a whole while, of course, already, ever since I was a kid. And ever since I was a teen, definitely, when I really got into electronic music, to dance music, into EDM. Not that I was really into like the general format of EDM, like Lost Frequencies, Dimitri Vegas and Like Mike, all those kinds of people, but I just mean like electronic music. Music made with synthesizers. Music made with a computer. It has always baffled me how people can do that, and now I'm finally learning to do it myself. It's a fun journey, and it's gonna be beautiful. Next time, Tomorrowland main stage. Here I come. DJ Mag, DJ of the Year. If I suck enough dick, just like Dimitri Vegas and like Mike and Martin Garrix always do, I can do that. Bit of a bad blood with those types of contests because they are just purely a popularity ranking. They don't actually care about a DJ skill at all, because I can think of like 25 DJs that are way better than some of previous year's winners. I don't think you would ever see David August in there, for example. I don't think you would ever... Well, maybe Kate Renata is in there. I don't think you would ever see Kenny Beats in there, even though his DJ sets are fire. I don't think you would ever see my buddy Malik in there, who has one of the most amazing Boiler Room sets. I don't think you would see my homie Skin on Skin in there, even though he produced some of the hottest shit. Malgrab might be in the top 100. He has really been making waves in the music scene, really. And he deserves it, because his music is amazing. We have... How many of these already? We had 5, right? Yeah, so Frailty is better in that case. Let's focus down a boss for a second, shall we? Because otherwise we will just keep on circling around. Although, getting hit with... No! Getting hit with a 75 straight to the face kind of tells me that maybe circling around is a better idea. Don't throw this run away. We have invested a lot of time into it already, and we are actually doing A-okay. Just be patient. Take your time. Alright. And don't get stuck on goddamn trees. These trees have really been the bane of my existence. I wonder how high Fred again will rank in the new DJ Top 100, because he... Talking about somebody that's been making waves in the movies, in the music scene, this guy is like the definition of that statement. He has risen to popularity so quickly, and he deserves it. A very, very talented artist, really inspirational. His Boiler Room set is one of the most beautiful sets, if not the best set I have ever listened to. It's so impressive how he uses his drum machine live to create some of his songs. Let's banish some abilities in the hope of getting something like this, an epic upgrade that can really help us out a lot still. Stay nice and calm. We're doing it. We don't need to change up our formula. We just need to be a little patient. Take a little time. Have you guys ever thought about creating music? A bunch of you will probably have responded right now. Oh, I'm not creative enough for that, and those programs look so complicated, and I didn't ever study music. I don't know how to play an instrument. And I can tell you, all that shit doesn't matter, and you're just avoiding it. I'm sorry to kind of be so rude, but you're just worrying instead of acting, and that's the worst crime in the world of this channel and in the world of my motivational psychology speeches. Always just do it. Always just give it a try. And there's a bunch of free music creation software out there already, like Waveform, for example. Just download it, watch a couple of tutorials, and for one time just use your regular old computer keyboard. You don't even have to spend any money on equipment. Use your regular old computer keyboard as a MIDI keyboard, for example, and play a certain note for a couple of times in a rhythm that you designed yourself. It's crazy. Even when you play just like one note and you don't even have anything close to a song, sometimes that one note on loop can already like inspire you, and you already love to listen to it actually, because it's something you created, you know, that makes it feel so special. And I think that's the same with my videos. I've noticed that even though I have recorded the videos, I sometimes edit them, so I have to like watch them again entirely almost. I can then still even watch my own videos again for another time. And I think that's a good sign. I think that means that I'm producing exactly the type of content that I want to produce. And the type of content I want to produce is goddamn Soulstone Survivors victories. We have been on such a roll lately. Just one more map remaining, and we're already prestige 60 from one run. So this character is also done. Done for now, at least. Awesome. Dash mastery, skill affinity projectile, ricochet shot. Alright. Nice and easy. Nice and clean also. Just a quick 24-minute run. Beautiful. Now we still need the Pyromancer, the Sentinel, the Paladin, and the Beastmaster. A couple more characters to get to level 60. Then we still have some speedrun achievements to do, but all in all, look at this. We're almost there. Thank you very much for joining me so far on this journey. Hope to see you in the next one. Bye bye.